How can we in Europe improve our cultural relations with the rest of the world? How can we in Europe, and that we means not just governments, but also civil society actors, arts and cultural sector actors, private business, educational institutions, how can we share the cultural diversity of Europe with the rest of the world, but in a way that's also unified, not just our separate nations, but also the notion of a European culture that is more than the sum of its parts. But since communicating means two-way flows, this can't just be a monologue, but it has to be a dialogue. It's not simply enough to represent ourselves. We must also understand how others see us. What is their idea of Europe's cultures? What do they want from cultural exchange from us? Where in their eyes can we do better? And doing better means making our cultures and our forms of cultural expression, our dreams and our aspirations, if you like, more attractive to others. It means giving Europe a more effective strategy of cultural influence in the world. So much for the why questions. As to the what, well, what we are embarked upon today is officially called a preparatory action in European Union usage. A preparatory action is a process that's designed to result in some kind of a concrete proposal, a set of proposals, for a formal EU activity in the future. And in this case, the preparatory action that we're carrying out is a broad-based research study together with a process of debate both within ourselves, among ourselves, and with our partners. It's very significant that this preparatory action has been initiated by the European Parliament, which expressly wants to find ways to strengthen the role that culture plays in the EU's external relations and develop a specially designed new strategy for this purpose. So our results will obviously feed into programming for the next funding cycle. It's going to consist of a sequence of steps. First, a mapping of what is out there, of what is going on. Second, an in-depth consultation of all the stakeholders involved, both in Europe and in the countries that are going to be concerned by this research project. And thirdly, a conference to discuss what we found and where we want to go. Finally, a report that sets out the elements of a new strategy. So these countries that we're looking at in the context of this preparatory action, well, to begin with, the 27 EU member states, of course, then the 16 countries of the European neighborhood policy. These are all the countries that surround Europe, beginning with Algeria in the south and ending with Ukraine in the east. And then 10 nations that have been singled out because the EU considers them to be strategic countries in relation to our positioning in the world. And I'll list those out: Brazil, Canada, China, India, Japan, Mexico, Russia, South Africa, South Korea, and the USA. So all this means that a lot of different people are now taking the same road together, analyzing existing resources, strategies, positions, and opinions on our topic. And this analysis is going to enable us to sketch out a roadmap for the EU institutions, as well as for all the other stakeholders,